Etiefo memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. There was a sort of dirty verbal fight in Parliament between two good friends. Afenyo Markin and Jinapor. Na nina ejina Minister of Health Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe eko Parliament ko brief yomo ewo die esiye ewo Volta region. Sa man induced disaster yi Akosombo Dam disaster no. Yes. Inti ohia asemo a minister na ekoka na emankrofo bebrebu fuye. Uti nsemo omo koka omo peso mo dress wo aban de omo aya ade ene aban de ayesi na se ni nina no ye pese ye di blame no eto nkrofo ni mum eso eno ene ma Afenyo Markin ene Jinapor seni e ka no mo ye namfofo pan but na enya asem keto our parliament ni enkwa kenkan ni ehwe de esi ye or say for what it is worth. Before the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, appeared before Parliament to represent an update on the situation of the man-induced floods in the Volta region, as well as other parts of the country, as a result of the spillage of water from the Akosombo Dam, the MPs directly affected were already unhappy about a lot of things. Among those things was how the government, which has been largely blamed for this disaster because it was an exercise undertaken by the Volta River Authority, has not shown enough commitment to restoring hope to the tens of thousands who have been affected by the spillage. Unim say at this point, Minister Bekasai, Aban Kasai, still they've not talked about compensation. They've not said anything about resettlement and all that. Na media meka oman bia eya na nkrofo suro se wo mo den sembe court na ka judiciary na ye wo no nkrofo judiciary ni bi ni enim se judiciary no they are neutral and they are there for the people as they are supposed to be na ka case we abankra be suro se at this point on fa compensational package bi ambai abankra be suro se at this point resettlement bi ambai. That's only when say they are same way court who nim now the court I mean we all know what might happen. And so, after his address to Parliament on Wednesday, November 8, 2023, when some of the members of Parliament, especially those whose constituencies have been affected, got up to comment, it was expected that things might escalate just a little bit. However, there was a brief but tensed moment where two good friends from either side of the House, majority and minority, locked horns in a disagreement over an allegation made by one of them. This was with respect to the distribution of relief items to the affected constituents in the central Gonja district. The MP for the area, Jinapor, in his comment on what the energy minister told Parliament, raised a concerning point about how supposedly a chairman of the New Patriotic Party in his backyard was the one leading the distribution of relief items, making a call for the need to delink politics from such a sensitive activity. The Deputy Majority Leader and Member of Parliament for Efutu, Alexander Afenyo Markin, took a strong exception to the claims. He requested that his dear friend Jinapor withdraw that statement since it was without evidence, but that was quickly challenged by the former, who pulled out video evidence to support his claims. Now, what people don't know is that we are Volta River Authority no. It's not only the Volta region and are affected. It's not only the Volta region. As far as northern region, some parts of the northern region, Gonja and central Gonja district, it has affected them. Inti Jinapor ebeka say onti asese ade ato Ghana for na state institutions wo na sebe NPP for na yedi relief items akwakomo omo e na NPP for mom eche relief items no entwa ye asem wenye politics e yade ato Ghana for nti eni kwan say ma political figures and political heads e na echecheche eye relief items no nti anu na Afenyo Markin sorry ya wakatre eye Jinapor say Jinapor mesra onsem na woka no redraw na nya ne krese MPP for mom e na eche relief item na kire say Afenyo Markin anka say nim say say eye no krese NPP for na eche relief item a entwa ye so waka tre John Jinapor say on withdraw e wan na John Jinapor ka ten say me withdraw e na otwen video tre na wo tre na say video ni Central Gonja District nipa kro no ni oye NPP for penyi e na wono na oche relief items into the video ne tre e wo parliament o ati ase inti owe yo say Ghana Web has captured the transcription of the interaction of the two men, as well as the interjection of Emmanuel Kofi Amabwa, the deputy minority leader in parliament. Below, it begins with the submission of John Jinapor. Now, this issue of providing relief items, that is not the solution to the problem. But even more disturbing, I come from the Central Gonja district today, and this might sound political, but that is the reality. The NPP chairman is the one leading the distribution of relief items in Buipe. That is the truth. People are using this for political football. And I think that this house should rise above all these issues and deal with the issues the way they ought to be dealt with. Into John Jinapor somehow kind of no. And Afenyo came back and said, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, we know the rules governing the business on the table now. I will plead with my respected colleague to withdraw that aspect of his submission to the effect that it is an NPP chairman who is sharing relief items. Mr. Speaker, earlier, the position had been that nothing at all had been done in the constituency, and now it is changed to an NPP chairman. I hold the view that, in the words of the then acting leader, this is a sensitive matter. It is of national character. Shall we therefore focus on the matter and construct our submission in this line? Into here, John Jinapor say NPP chairman na eche nyama no. Ena Afenyo Markin say mo first mo ka say aban ma meche hwe. Afi de mo no sesa mo ka say NPP chairman ena ede eno o cheche nyama. Ena Emmanuel Amabwa say, Mr. Speaker, the deputy majority leader I thought was going to say that that point that was made was factually incorrect or was untrue, but he couldn't say that. You are saying that it is not true. He didn't say that. And Jinapor said, Mr. Speaker, this is indeed a serious matter, and I don't take those things lightly. Mr. Speaker, this is a video. A video. This is the NPP chairman. These are the relief items, and the media should capture this. It is here. I don't just come and stand here and just throw out things like that. Mr. Speaker, I can decide to rule me out. But the people of Central Gonja, they know the truth. And when I rise up and I speak the truth, instead of you to support me so that we do the right things, he says that what I'm saying is not the truth. I think I'll come and sit here. I think I'll come and sit here and conjecture. You think I'll come and sit here and peddle falsehood? That is not John Jinapor. It's John Jinapor ka say, Afenyo Markin pa, unime. Me mma metena ha ntwantro, emfa nye politics, emfa nye hwe. Adie nini, video nini, Ghana fo obi anhwe. Baba betena ha kansem na wo be ka trem say enye ne kwe. Me metena ha parliament na me ntwantro. Da bi me nye sa. I say at least you are my friend. You know I won't do that. So when I raise these issues, it is a key issue. It is a very key issue. So, Mr. Speaker, we are dealing with an issue where we are pleading that when it comes to the distribution of these items, we should not politicize them. Inti John Jinapor sem no. And Afenyo Markin say, Mr. Speaker, this is the House of Records. Mr. Speaker, in attempt to defend his stance, all he did was to show us a picture of somebody standing somewhere with certain items behind the person. Mr. Speaker, please, with the greatest respect, we know the rules. Would my respected colleague withdraw that aspect of his submission? It is only fair. That is why I am making an application to the speaker. It doesn't warrant the shout. And Amabo Abeka say, the honorable member is ready to tender in the video evidence. It is very clear, and so there is nothing to argue about. He has backed up with video evidence and is ready to present it to this house. There is no point in arguing. And Afenyo Markin said, Mr. Speaker, the statement you admitted came from the minister came from the minister was admitted on the strength of Order 72. And Mr. Speaker, the rule requires of us to make comments within the confines of that statement. That's exactly what our rule says. So, you are not to introduce new matters, controversial issues. Mr. Speaker, bring matters of factual accuracies. And Mr. Speaker, if we allow this to stay in the records, Mr. Speaker, it will amount to giving an open check to any member to stand here and say anything merely by showing us a picture. Mr. Speaker, today we have that liberty in this house. Tomorrow, he may not be a member of parliament and somebody will be a member of parliament saying certain things about him. He will not have a right of audience to respond. The man you claim to be doing what you claim he did is not in this chamber to defend himself. Meanwhile, you do not have such evidence to support such claim. Mr. Speaker, I have made an application to you. Your duty is to consider the application to either, Mr. Speaker, dismiss or uphold. I am inviting you to uphold it because I am fortified by the rules. When he was given the opportunity, he could not factually prove that, indeed, the man was distributing relief items instead of officials of NADMO, he added. And Amabo Abeka said, Mr. Speaker, I humbly ask that you outrightly reject his proposal because the honorable member has not only spoken, but he has backed it with clear evidence and is prepared to tender it into this house. Inti, Afenyo Markin defended his own. NPP Nino. Some Afenyo Markin can say, NPP Nina ye ka some afane hono. Oni parliament. Inti se oba beka se ono no chiche relief items. Na o pese wo tre video and a picture bia. Ne pakuni ni hobe responde. Na parliament e house of records. Inti speaker no mbo nsem ningu. Ena NDC fon so tre se ye wo records ye wo video e tre se nipa ko no ya ade no. Ne pese ye de tre ni hu ne se yes indeed nipa ko no ye nti den na wo Afenyo Markin wo ye den wo king. Ena John Jinapor so beka say, Mr. Speaker, the deputy majority says I spoke of things off the discussion. The minister is here. He spoke about relief items. Did the minister not speak about relief items? I think you exercise patience, majority leader. So, when I talk about the distribution of relief items in my constituency and I raise a problem, it is a legitimate problem. In winding up, Mr. Speaker, he says that I did not show evidence. I did not just show a photo. You were not watching. And next time, please pay attention. I showed a video. It is here. But Mr. Speaker, beyond this, Mr. Speaker, he says, where is the video? This is the video. Instead of you to support us to do the right thing, you are here. Mr. Speaker, on the notes, I am fortified by the truth, and I speak nothing but the truth, he added. Intino, Afenyo Markin, ena obeso play Sergio Ramos role. Ena edensem eba ewo parliament. Montre mwajo comment box ni mo. Medasi.